Hey everyone. This is Renee and
This is FT. Oh, we're pro.
live in the world of Generis.
How you doing, Renee?
Pretty
I've just
good. I'm a
retweeted you.
little.
I've just retweeted you.
Okay,
I
good,
put a
good.
I put a little thing to the top of it as well. You'll see that at some point.
Okay, yeah, I will see at some point. I'm a little nervous.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I
Why's
don't know
that?
why. I don't know. I
Is that
guess because we're going to do a podcast live.
live pod? There's only 6 people watching. We're all right.
Yeah, all right, I guess.
Right. I've got on a server.
Yeah, I'm joining now.
Okie dokie. And I'm in Berezino. That's what I've got
Are
to tell
you?
you so far.
Okay. I wonder what server you're on. We can't tell this time.
It should be a good server. I can't tell you, but you'll find me. So what's the format, Renee? Shall we take it from the top? I mean, the format is, as it always is, you've wrote a load of notes. You've just sprung them on me about 10 minutes ago. I've had a look through them. I'm just gonna go with the flow and make stuff up, whereas you've got predetermined answers and very deep, thoughtful things that you're gonna come up with, right?
Well, that's not entirely the case. But
You are streaming
yeah.
your feed, aren't you? You're not just streaming that GIF.
No, yeah, I need to go on the server first,
Oh, shit.
but it crashed on me, so I need to rejoin. Normally we can edit this out, but not today.
Yeah. You see, I was talking about this with you earlier, and you were saying basically you want to. I said, well, you don't need to. You don't need to edit anything. You just turn it into YouTube, into a video. And you was like, no. I think I'm going to edit it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to edit it in the end, because we need to put it on SoundCloud as well.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
No, that's why I'm here. I guess. So let's start with the first question. Did we survive? Do you
Well,
remember?
I thought it was going to start with the format. I know we haven't even put this in the top of the notes, and it's something I've just
Oh,
thought of right now. But we should perhaps say how interactive we're going to be with people in the chat. You know, it's not. Are we ignoring everyone in the chat, or are we? How are we going to do it?
we're not
I mean,
completely
we haven't even done
ignoring
any,
everyone.
we haven't done any hellos yet. Look, Molly's there, Claire's there, Tristan.
Maybe we can start with the hellos first.
Okay. We'll do one each. Hi, Molly.
Hey, Claire.
Tristan. Hello, Tristan.
Trissy. Hey, Velo.
Siak and Reva, how you doing?
I think that's everyone for now.
Yeah.
So
No, go on, sorry.
well, I just wanted to let you know my location. I'm at Tree Valley, so I'm moving north.
Okay. Could be a while, couldn't it?
Yeah. Well, a little while, not too long.
I'll head your way.
Yeah, I'll head your way too. Yeah, so the format. Initially we're going to just talk about if we survived or not. After that, we're going to go by some of the like comments or reactions as it kind of grew into, depends on how you look at it. And after that, I guess we'll answer 4 questions of the chat. And after that, we'll go into our main topics, which is a recap of 2017 and moving into 2018. The episode is called The Days of 2017. As last year, we kind of started out with this specific episode, The Days of 2016. So I thought it was, we thought it was a good moment as kind of a 1 year celebration to do this live, and I'm still nervous. So.
Well, you know, I
That's
mean, I
that.
didn't want to stop you halfway through there, but you know, I mean, when I said format, I meant more the format of how the stream's going to work. Now, with regards to the people in the stream, but you did a great job there, and I couldn't stop you halfway through. You know, you were doing such a cracking job. I mean, they're so much more informed than they would have been had you not said all that.
That's true. That's true.
So it's not going to be like a standard stream where we're bouncing off the chat all the time.
No.
But I think if you're going to edit this, then I think it's only fair that we can, as people join, say hello to them, and maybe you know, bring them in a little bit. It's a live stream after all, really. We haven't discussed this, by the way.
No.
discussing it
FT's sneaking everything in right now.
Well, you see, I'd be happy to say to you, yeah, we'll do the podcast as it is, make it live on YouTube, and then you wouldn't need to. But as you're going to edit it,
Well, I'm still gonna definitely edit it, and I don't think we should say hi to everyone. But if we
Hi,
see
Gerbo.
something interesting, hey, don't do that. But if we see something interesting, of course we can respond to it.
all right then, miserable bastard.
Sorry, that's just the way it is. So let's try this again. Did we survive the Northwest Airfield?
I think I should have asked you earlier about this, shouldn't I? I think you should go first because then it might bring back memories.
Oh, the zombie pushed me out of the building, and my leg broke. Well, I have a chipped leg.
I
That's
don't
not a
remember
good
that
start. Yeah, so the Northwest Airfield, we didn't really meet anyone or find anything. It was really empty. But it was we just went along the highway last time. We went to your favorite loot spot where you usually find M4s, and after
Oh,
that
yeah.
we went to the airfield. Yeah, but sadly there wasn't really anything or anyone out there.
Oh.
So
Well, that's a win for you. You like coming away alive, so
yeah, that's true. That's true. Who doesn't?
I can't really add any more to that. You've ruined it for everyone.
Sorry.
So yeah, we survived. It was shit. What's the next topic?
All right.
You know, you're supposed to make things really exciting, Renee. You said so that we had a gunfight with 4 people, and I survived crawling on my belly with a broken leg, and I brought you back up from unconscious state, and there was dragons and everything. That's what you should say.
About dragons, that would be interesting in DayZ. Wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know, really. It'd be stupid, much like horses would be.
Well, horses are at least slightly realistic.
You saying dragons don't exist?
Well, no, not in the way of the fairy tales, I guess. But yeah, so I guess let's go to the reactions or comments.
Okay. Let me just put the thing up. How am I supposed to put this up as well as have the bloody chat up? I'm gonna have to put. Have I got a pop-up option here?
Professional
Okay.
streamer.
I can pop it out. It's all right.
Okay.
Let me go. Sorry.
Okay,
Go on.
I will start. We had a very long comment of a guy on the forum, of the Barely Infected forum, called Shit Pete. And besides the interesting name, he really made an insightful comment. So we wanted to go through his topics and just basically answer them all, if we can, of course. The first one, I'm going to let you answer that, FT. The
Do you want me to read it?
flaws.
Oh, you're going to read it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The flaws, imitations of a truly free sandbox game. So, can slight tweaks to mechanics make DayZ a more pleasant and diverse play experience? That's basically the question. And he's saying, like, you know, let's bring back punishment and praise for certain play styles.
I think you're going to struggle, aren't you, if you bring in punishment and praise for certain play styles, because it's just open to abuse. So
Yeah, that's
in
true.
his specific suggestion there, I would say no. Can slight tweaks to mechanics make DayZ a more pleasant and diverse play experience? Yes, slight tweaks. I mean, for the soft skills that they're going to introduce, I think the problem is if anything that can be done that can be abused, it's an issue. So it can only be something that's very, very minor. That's my take on it. I wish I'd have read that one and prepared something, Rene. Why did you leave that one to me? What's your thoughts?
I will edit it out.
But what do you think? You know, you must have a wonderful idea for that. You've read that and you know all about it.
I did read it. So my immediate thought went to which playstyle is featured the most at the moment, which I think is PvP, right? And I think, like, can we make this more interesting for other playstyles? And I think PvP is just very well featured right now, but sometimes I see comments from people who do not like PvP so much, and they're just a little bit chased away. So I think there should probably be a way of balancing that a little bit more, so the people who do not enjoy the PvP part of the game so much, that they also at least have a way to play DayZ as well. And I think the single player, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's the single player, and you can also tuck people away onto the RP servers.
Yeah, okay, but RP isn't everything, of course.
No, but you can't make wholesale changes to a game to appease a small minority. That just doesn't work.
No, that's true. But on the other hand, you can make it more friendly for those people by making
rubber bullets,
like communication better. Or yes, they are going to implement the dart guns, right? And at the moment, a lot of people are just finishing other people off because the guns that are on in people's hands, if people are unconscious, you cannot get to the guns that are in their hands. Obviously, it's not supposed to be, but I think by making it more friendly and maybe giving the players more control, I think it would definitely help in that regard.
I think that's possible. Yes. Whether or not it would actually work, I don't know.
Yeah, of course, that's a guess. I mean, they also thought they could mitigate PvP by if you shoot someone, that everything in someone's jacket is ruined. But the developers, I think Eugen himself said, like, okay, that was like that didn't work as intended because people shot each other just as much.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go as far as to say when I get involved in PvP, I often don't even go and loot someone through fear of there being another person there, and I'm not always that interested in what loot they've got. If I'm at the level where I'm PvPing, usually I've got enough stuff to keep me busy. I've got what I want, so I'll leave the person alone. So yeah, it certainly doesn't make any difference to me about ruining someone's gear.
So maybe they should make stuff more rare then.
Yeah, so works.
Give more worth to the loot.
But then, if you've got more worth to your loot, it's took you longer to build your character, are you going to be as friendly? You know, there's a bigger risk to you dying to someone else because they don't want to die either. Perhaps that's just going to promote people to shoot. It's a difficult balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't have the definitive answer for this, but I think, you know, it should definitely be thought of because people think of DayZ as PvP is the only thing to do. So I think base building and stuff can add too. I think if there are more things to do, I think people are generally, you know, being a little bit more friendly. You always see like a search of friendlier players if a new patch just came out, and that's the easiest moment as well to go on adventures with other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
With
I agree
randoms.
with
Yeah. So, all right. So the next point kind of continues on this because Pete is a villager. He's often playing on the village, and he's saying like communication isn't important in DayZ, and the village has problems with it as well. So what can DayZ do to improve? So have the ability to whisper, encrypted radio frequencies would make Discord and TeamSpeak less necessary, and make talking in a game less crippling combat-wise.
I think it's a great idea with the whispering and being able to. It's something that's brought up quite often. If someone's quite close to you and you can, I don't know, how would you do it though? I mean, you can't have
like another channel.
Keys. Well, no, I'm thinking more like if you press the Q, it'll only transmit you 10 meters. You press the W at 20, and then work your way across. But that's just dedicating too many keys to it. So there's got to be some sort of slider bar somehow that dictates how far your voice will reach.
Well, at the moment it's pretty much toggling, isn't it?
Well, it's on or off.
Yeah.
But
No, it's you can. Radio channel is a separate channel. A vehicle channel is a separate channel.
I see what you mean. So you could go direct talk, and then you could go direct talk 10 meters, direct talk 20 meters, direct talk, and then and just toggle it down.
Yeah, I mean that's how it works at the moment. So a lot of people are just suggesting another channel to be added.
Yeah, I think that works. I don't know how it works from a developer's point of view. I doubt it would be the easiest thing in the world to implement. But I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
There's so many times that you want to team up with someone, you want to play with someone, and they say, almost the immediate question is let's go on Discord, because it's so difficult to try and communicate and play using direct. And that's because if I talk to you right next to me, the bloke 50 meters away hears me. Are you running up to... Is that you?
No, I'm sitting down in a stream.
Okay, someone's talking to me. Just bear with me.
Okay. So this is usually what happens. Then we meet someone and we stop a little bit.
He said he was French, so I gave him the old au revoir, and I've left him. It was all right.
So where is it? Are you at Nishnoi?
Yeah, I think 4 questions is a bit tight, by the way. Just to divert to dive. I'm thinking of a word that's not coming out. Move sideways.
Like.
Anyway, I think four questions. We should do more than 4 questions. But anyway, we'll see how we get through them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I think, we'll have to see how it goes. Of course, in the beta, I had the chance to at least see the new radio they implemented. So I think there's going to be more channels on that. And I don't know how it's going to work with encryption. So we'll just have to see and wait and see, I guess. But I know they're going to make some more advanced changes to that. And of course, they're also going to implement the PA system. So you can talk like over a longer distance, like in a town. And people can just hear you broadcasting, which will be interesting. I wonder how much will be abused, like playing music and stuff.
I suppose there's that side of it. But there must be a way of perhaps muting that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think you should be able to mute it, but because that would also cancel the whole idea of a PA system, wouldn't it?
Well, it's just going to get abused to fuck, isn't it? Ultimately.
Yeah, but they
People will
thought
take
the
the
same
piss.
thing about notes, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they
And
did get
notes
abused.
were alright.
I thought that's why they took them
Yeah.
out. I thought they took them out because everyone was drawing big dicks on them and writing racist stuff.
No, there wasn't any drawing on there, just typing.
But you could
And
draw if you was inventive, Renee.
I guess so. I
I've
think the
drawn many a
problem
penis
isn't...
without actually drawing a penis.
Okay. Fair enough. Is that you? Oh no,
I'm at
that's a
Solnishnoy.
zombie.
No, it's
Oh.
not me then.
I'm
you
at
gone past the
Nishnoi
factory?
now. Yeah.
You'll meet the French bloke. He was very nice. Why didn't you tell me you was there?
I told you I was at...
I just said I
Okay.
spoke to someone at Nishnoi and you went, oh, right. You didn't say
Yeah,
I'm
that's why I
there.
ran to Nishnoi. That's alright. I'm just coming back to you.
I might as well come to you. You stay around there. Just watch that French bloke.
Okay. I haven't seen him yet. Bonjour.
Now, what the discussion was with regards to the direct talk was that it wasn't a group chat, so that it's not like exclusive to whoever's in your group. It was more changing the way direct chat works, so that if I want to talk to someone really close to me, but I don't want someone 50 meters away, I can toggle down on the direct to a 5-meter whisper, and it'll only transmit within a 5-meter radius. Not an exclusive TeamSpeak channel within the game. We're not talking about that, but that would, you could do that with radios and having encrypted channels on radios. That was the next. I think you covered that, didn't you? I think I was talking to. Did we get that far?
Yeah. I think we pretty much covered it, and that's pretty much what I thought I'd say. Yeah. But yeah, in another game I wanted to mention where they had some sort of solution is where you could, in the game SOS, you could kind of group up with people, and then you just say like, okay, I'm on channel 960. So you could just type, click on the radio and then just type 960, and then you would get on that specific channel. And if someone wants to find
say
it,
1,000 channels within there, because in DayZ there's only 4.
yeah, but I think they're gonna change that. I don't know to how many, but yeah, like I said, I saw a new radio, which you can see in the Gamescom video I made. But I'm not sure how many channels there are on there.
Okay, whereabouts are you in Nishnoi?
I'm at a wooden block house in that dirt road inland.
Checked all the stuff near the coast, have you?
Not yet. I think I see you.
Got a zombie running at you.
Yeah. One hit.
Haven't got much stuff, Renee. What have you been doing?
Well, I didn't see anything. Didn't find anything. I got a cooking pot.
What are you going to do with that? Do you want some bandages? Because you just had to rip your shirt up. There's another one.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually, I don't know why I did this. I had 2 bandages, but yeah. I guess I'm still nervous.
Yeah. Oh, the nerves are all gone for me.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I had any nerves really. You're the one who's hosting it. You've done all the questions. You're putting it on your live stream feed. You've got all the work to do.
Yeah, it's true.
I just feel like the passenger sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, you do the next question.
Oh bollocks! That means I've got to tough switch out. Hang on a second. Right, the next question is from the same shit Pete. The new melee system. To me, it looks less skill-based than the current one, which I'm rather biased towards because I'm better than most people. This is his words, not mine. And more to flinging and hoping your art gets a headshot. Headshot! What do you think?
I think he's referring to the system that was shown at Gamescom, which is obviously what we're talking about, but they are changing it massively in the new patch. So these questions, obviously, they were they were asked a longer time ago, so it's
Yeah, but
not completely up to date.
He's referring to the fact that he prefers the current melee system.
Yeah, but he's preferring it to basically my Gamescom video. And I think it's... shall we go this way? Or
I'll go whichever way you wish. Yeah, let's go that way.
okay. To like
But
Orlovets or something?
I mean, personally, I can't see how you can't improve on the current system. It's biased towards anyone that's prepared to put work into exploiting the way it works. It's shit.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
true.
absolutely terrible, and you can get good at it by
Well, there is a
exploiting
way.
Yeah, but the only way you get good at it is by exploiting certain movement techniques, and I just think it's shit.
Yeah, I
be
don't like it
better at
either,
something-
especially with the stick. Like, no
But
animation
the
there.
stick and the stone, you can do both, and you can be really powerful with it, and it's just ridiculous. So
Hmm.
I mean, any improvement whatsoever.
I agree.
But you
So
go back
next
the way
one-
we came. Don't we need to go up to the right?
Yeah, a little bit. Wait, I need to scroll down. Should DayZ adopt a more fast-paced gameplay like PUBG? Does the military sim foundation ever suit DayZ anymore?
No. It's not a Twitch shooter. It'll never be a Twitch shooter. It's.
But you're streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a pew bang. As soon as you can do that sort of shit and jump off 40-foot buildings and land on your bell end, then it can fuck right off as far as I'm concerned. Where you gone? You've disappeared.
I
There's
took
There's a
I took the random slope. I just went uphill.
shed.
Okay. No, but I agree. I don't think DayZ should be more fast-paced. If you want to play a more fast-paced game, it should be a different game. But on the other hand, I think with, they said they would implement survivor games, which is the first of its kind in this type of games, I guess. Because it was even there before Battlegrounds, and it already worked with circles and that kind of stuff. And I think Hicks is actually the guy that I'm in Orlovets, was actually the guy that made that.
Yeah, he pioneered
mod.
the whole shebang. But I mean, I'm not saying that the gunplay within DayZ is not decent for that sort of game. I'm just saying you don't need to turn this game into that sort of game. Yes, you can use this platform and have an ever decreasing circle and have, it's that makes the thing exciting. The fact that you're being pushed into combat.
Yeah, true.
It doesn't have to be the core feature of the game. Otherwise, you change the whole game. It's no longer a survival. But yes,
It's a shooter.
I mean, yeah, but you can have that aspect. Absolutely. I'm just saying it's not what... And it may even be that because of the popularity of PUBG and the popularity of that other cartoon game, Frothy Nights or something, what's it called?
Fortnite? Something?
Yeah, the way you build stuff and climb up into infinite heaven.
Yeah, I
And
haven't
shoot
played that
people.
yet.
Those sort of games are proving very popular. And I think have you grown up and got new stuff?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think it's a problem doing that.
No. So, yeah, I think we're going to get that with survivor games. But on the other hand, we're just going to stick with what we have right now. And I think the new patches and stuff, they're going to count in, the modding and that kind of stuff. We're just gonna play a load of new maps, and just like GTA 5, I had to think about is once you play the story mode, you go online, you go in free play mode, and you just play that instead of the storyline because you've already played that.
Yeah,
And I think the same thing is gonna happen.
I think I misunderstood where he was coming from with that. I thought he meant should they change DayZ into PUBG.
Yeah, I think that's partly what he's saying, but obviously we can stretch it where we want to.
What else has Shit Pete got to say? He's got a lot to say, hasn't he, old Shit Pete?
Yeah. Well, I asked for input, and he surely gave input.
He did. It's not that shit, really.
No, he's not. He's actually a really cool guy. Being wounded doesn't equate a fun gameplay experience. Limping may make after combat recovery too timely and annoying that you might as well kill yourself. I think limping to safely would be amazing as well, but I can't see a situation where you aren't easy pickings.
It's the age-old gameplay over realism issue, isn't it? I mean, they've got broken legs in the game at the moment. Why not have limping? I've survived encounters where the person's died, and I'm absolutely fucked on the floor with a broken leg, and it makes surviving those encounters so much better. There's so much more depth to them. If you can just inject morphine and or use some game mechanic to insta heal yourself and be away, much as PUBG does, then where's the depth? There's no depth in that encounter. It's just you've got the I win button or the I heal button. I think the damage mechanics will be great. I don't think they're going to get in the way of gameplay. They may do, but the broken leg doesn't. So why should a limp? It's just one step in between, isn't it?
I think it will only add to it, but it's the same thing as what we had in the mod. You could like break your leg, and in the end, you could have to crawl from all the way at Northwest Airfield to Cherno because that was the only place.
The outlet for now it's too easy in many respects.
I completely agree.
So one way to counter that is that if you have morphine, you get your movement back. But I think we've discussed this before, but if you put a splint on, then perhaps you get the limping, and you only get half speed movement. Excuse me, something like that. So it still makes it that you've got to get to a medical place, and keep it so that the medicals, and maybe I don't know, maybe you don't get morphine only at the major hospitals. Make people travel. But
yeah, that's I completely agree. I think my best mod experience is like my best memories, where these complete moments of despair where I had to crawl like an hour to get somewhere. So, but I guess there were some people that were quitting because of that, and other people were just, the hardcore survivors, I guess. They were just, battling through that kind of fight. And I think that's also depends on what type of player you are.
Yeah, and how much time you've got to invest. If you've only got a couple of hours, you're not going to spend an hour of it crawling on your belly to try and get to a hospital. You're just going to go, fuck that, respawn. I can get all my gear back in an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, he's got a point either way you look at it. But I think for those that want more depth in their character and more realism and more of an experience, then it's there for them. Those that don't, put a bullet in your head, respawn on the coast.
I'm definitely welcoming the limping. It's a long-awaited feature for me.
I'm doing the left side as I work my way up. I hope that's not.
Yeah, I was doing the right side. I finished it. There's a barrel in the middle of the road. I found 2 presents.
I found 2 presents. We can't talk about the presents, Renee.
Oh.
Shh.
Okay.
Tell me what you got in them later. All right. Edit that bit out. Rewind. Just put your overlay up. Mute your screen.
Yeah, I will edit it out. No worries.
I'm at the barrel.
Okay, I'm ahead of the barrel.
Chronological order. Follow the notes. Oh, I see you.
Yep.
I need some food, dude.
I just ate everything. Sorry.
Thank you very much for thinking of me. Team player!
You'll
I'll
get
make
the
it to
next
the apple
cans.
trees.
I'm gonna give you the next cans.
Okay.
Sorry.
Shit, Pete, got any more to say? Shall I say the next thing he's got to say, or is he done now?
No, you say it.
Oh my god, is he still fucking rattling on? Hang on. We've covered this before. Modding will divide and ruin the DayZ experience. No one will play vanilla DayZ when they can load into a server with 2 guns and deathmatch scenario. And then he puts perhaps. It depends what people want. Yeah, sure enough, it happened with the mod. It the strongest surviving servers were servers that gave people instant access to gratification via a big gun and cars with Hello Kitty stripes on them. So yeah, there's every possibility. But if you make a very strong, and that was playing those servers against the mod as it had come to its end. There was no more development really being done on the mod. So modders got hold of the mod, remodded it, and made it to a degree better. I don't say better, but it made it more what a lot of people wanted. So if your core product is very strong and has a huge amount of depth to it and people want to play it, then I don't see why giving people a gun right at the start and having a deathmatch will necessarily... having said that, if you get something like a Survivor game style ever-decreasing circle that turns out to be really popular, then who knows? But I don't know. I don't know if we should cover that any more than that. You can say what you like about it, though. I don't want to shut you up. Carry on, please.
So thank you, FT. Great input.
I just rattled on then, didn't I? And then just said to you, right, you can say what you want, but I've had enough.
I'm moving towards the back, towards the front, by the way.
Out to do the question. I'm still fucking... I'm not... I'm swearing more. Let me stop swearing.
Yeah, there goes my ads.
Right.
But
you're gonna get me to read anything else?
What I wanted to say is that DayZ itself originated from a mod. And I think the DayZ developers, they stood for the same question. And they were like, that's all good, but DayZ originated from a mod, so we can only generate the platform that, other people will make mods on.
Server's gone. I'll press the overlay button. Even though I'm not overlaying. You can carry on rattling for a minute, but I need to go for a wee-wee. Back in a second.
Yeah, so it's only fair to create the mod itself, right? To enable modding for the mods, enable modding for DayZ, so maybe another mod will arise and generate a fair game for us, a new game. Do you like my little overlay button? Here, let me read a couple of the questions since FT is gone. Yeah. I am talking to you guys. Where are there other teams that FT and Renee are interested in seeing using the new platform, All West team? Yeah, I think so. There was a World War II mod for Arma 2, and so I can only imagine that people will make some sort of mods, like restyling the mods for that.
Okay, I'm back.
So, yeah. So the question from Break Prime was, are there other teams that FT and Renee are interested in using the new platform? An example, an Old West team. And I answered yes. We had like a World War II mod for DayZ mod already and for Arma. So why not? They can just revamp the weapons to fit a certain like area or playstyle.
Is that a question as to how much depth is the new engine going to have, or is that a question of would you like to see the
I think this is more like, is it possible?
remapping how the game is currently?
I don't think it was a question for remapping currently, but just like,
I mean,
are we interested in other teams in DayZ?
Right, I
instead
see, yeah.
of, yeah.
I don't know, really.
Yeah. I'm not too
I like
interested.
playing things that are real. So I wouldn't want to be like sci-fi-ing the shit out and flying out the sky in spaceships or anything like that. But something that feels real or could have been real once. So an older theme, or yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Is this part of the Q&A section, or have you just gone off piste again?
Yeah, I just decided to answer a couple of questions as you were gone.
Oh, okay.
So I'll handle one more for now. And I just wanted to add one more thing to the last question, and that is that I didn't really enjoy the desert maps in DayZ mod, so like Seriana or whatever it was called. So I'm not too interested in that. I like the green maps, like Chernarus, Chernarus style, and for some reason I also don't really like tropical islands or something like that.
I like the advertising hoardings. That was quite good.
The advertised part.
With the bikini-clad girl on it. That was good. It's about the best thing
on
about
the beach. Yeah. Pantera. Yeah. All right, more questions later. Let's continue with... Oh. Well, it was a nice flashing button, that's for sure.
Pro streamer.
It's an audio experience anyway, FT.
Okay.
So, FT, if you would have your own server, how would you... And you would be able to configure it like you want to. How would you configure
you mean like
it?
the Running Man does, or like you do? I feel left out now because I haven't got a server. FT's... What could it be? I don't know. No, I mean, I don't have any aspirations. Huh? Banditry. The base bandit server.
Yeah. Base bandit server.
No, I'm not interested in having a server.
Alright, but if you would have the control when modding is out, and you would have the control over a server, would you then stick with Chernarus? Would you try a different one? Would you like put more loot in? Would you put less loot in?
I think that's an almost impossible question to answer until DayZ has reached beta or reached its release.
But would you be interested in trying things out? I think that's a question. Or would you try to go with what the devs provide you mostly?
It would be it would be quite difficult, wouldn't it? I mean, if you're running a server, you want it to be popular, so you might have to bow down to what the general public want rather than what you want yourself in many respects. Because you know, I know you would like a hardcore no loot server, and you might have 4 people on it. And then you've got the Running Man's PvP Fat Loot come and get some server who's got 60 people on it, you know. And then you've got my miserable bastard server where everyone's got to be nasty to each other and say horrible things all the time. And there wouldn't be anyone on that either. But I don't know. I don't really have a. I'd like to try and keep. I'd like to hope I would keep it as vanilla as possible.
Hmm.
So long as the vanilla experience is what I want it to be, which I think it should. I think it will be.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for me, I would be interested to experiment as long as it adds to the total experience. And yeah, with that, I don't mean a Hello Kitty car like we referred to before, but it would be something um, like an extra form of base building, for example. Like I don't mind an extra type of wall if that's going to be implemented, because it just adds to the experience, I think. Or another type of zombie, or just like dogs roaming around, or another type of wildlife, that kind of stuff. As soon as it's stable and not too glitchy, and it just adds to the experience. I would be quite happy to add that, as long as we can keep it stable, of course.
You see, you have an experience of this, and I don't. So
Yeah, well, not really, because I the only thing I can configure is day and night, and that's what I turned on, and that's about it.
yeah, but you've set the theme for the server.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yep.
Excuse me. Go on. What's the next thing?
So that were the questions of Pete, and I think I don't know how long we are talking, but it provided quite some feedback.
You see, now the problem is I've got with this is that old shit Pete, who just wrote some stuff in your forum on the old Villager website. He's took up nearly an hour of the podcast, and you're going to give the people that are turning up to watch the whole thing 4 questions. That's where my problem is.
Well, we already answered a couple of questions, so I guess we can just answer a couple more.
Well, we can do that now.
If you want to, we can also do it later on. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's have some more questions. I finally found a backpack.
There's just absolute bollocks in there at the moment about there's nothing that needs answering right now. They're just chatting amongst themselves because we've been ignoring them.
Yeah, I wish... Someone's saying, I wish a DayZ server was less expensive. And I agree. And that's going to happen as soon as we...
Files up,
yeah.
that you could essentially host it on your own machine if you want to. As long as your own machine was pretty decent.
And you want to be DDoSed.
I don't want those hideous towers sticking up all over the place. DayZ Epochs mod style. No, that's exactly what won't happen. I was discussing this on my stream. I can't... In fact, you remember when we played with Brian Hicks and we were at Altar, and he discussed base building at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a video about it, and he said that he couldn't let the bit that he talked about base building go out, but since that information has gone out, but ultimately what he'd said was that any base building that is going to be done is going to be using the parts that are already within the map. So piles of wood, you chop them up, you'll attach them to fencing that's already there. It's all about making the structure believable as it would be if you were actually in this scenario in real life in the middle of the Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, but that doesn't include modding, does it? I found the beard.
Well, no, it doesn't include modding, but that's what we're talking about, the vanilla experience.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, that's what he said. So basically the photos that were shared at some point, so like the concept of base building, that's the idea they have. And I also asked him at that point, like, hey, Brian, what should I... how would I, Renee, Lone Wolf, what would I be doing as a base? Because I won't be able to find all the stuff and defend all the bases, defend a whole base, which is pretty obvious to see. So how would I cope with that? And he said, like, well, Renee, for Lone Wolves, it would be interesting if you could just use a camo tent and just hide it somewhere in the woods and just have your stash in something like that. Are you on the main road? Do you have a big backpack?
The red one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I'm not on the main road though. The main road's over there, Renee. That's the main road over there. You should know this town.
Yeah, you're right.
It's your own town. What's that gun you
Here.
got?
I found a shotgun and a Mosin.
Well, you keep the Mosin. More ammo for you. I'll have the shotgun if you like. Or would you prefer to keep the shotgun?
That's okay.
No. I'll take. I don't mind. I don't mind
No,
going with the Mosin. I'm
it's
always
okay.
having the shotgun.
Yeah, that's why. No, it's okay. I'm having the Mosin now.
Do you have any ammo for this shotty?
4 bullets.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Shit. I've got some
Was
more.
that on purpose?
Yes. I didn't actually think you'd loaded it, but
Well, I did. I'm a survivor. I load my guns, mostly.
I've run around with you for 3 hours without your gun being loaded.
Longer. I think one time I had an SVD. I think my first SVD. I ran around the map with you twice. And at some point I literally had to shoot. And it wasn't loaded. It didn't even have a mag in it. Such a silly thing.
I've got... What have I got here? I've got a P1 pistol with a magazine. And
Yeah, I found a...
I've got a 1911 with a magazine, so you can have one of those if you want.
Where did you find the 1911?
I found it earlier on.
Huh. I think I had one too, but I just got rid of it at some point. I don't know why. It was an
Which would you like?
accident.
Do you have any 9mm?
Yeah.
Well, you best take the P1 then, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it by your feet. I'm going to check these houses just around the back here.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I found some food. You need some food?
Yeah, I didn't find anything. Food-wise. Oh, a big present here. Oh, shit. Shh.
Almost sounds like the last episode where we couldn't talk about the village.
Yeah.
We
did that
have
well,
like
didn't
a...
we? I think we
Yeah.
covered that. I mean, no one even knew what was happening.
No. Definitely not. I don't know where you are.
I'm doing those houses behind the main road, in inverted commas.
Back towards Bula. Oh, there you are. Hello. Here.
That's beard.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
There's another Coke.
I think you're going to edit this bit out, so I'm going to say hello to Science Reason Tactical, Oliver Plot Twist, and that's all I've got on my screen right now. I'm going to say hello
Hi.
to those people. And how you're all doing today. How are you doing today, Renee?
I'm good.
Yeah, me too.
We're doing the Altarcast live, so...
And what about... Did we pick up any more questions? Or anything else that anyone wants to throw at us in this brief intermission?
FT always wants the shoddy.
I'd like to say I usually do good with it, but it's just recently. You know, you could mark on a graph how your play sessions work out for you sometimes, with peaks and troughs, and I think I'm in a definite trough at the moment.
Yeah,
But it'll come. It'll
I
come
know what
good.
you mean. I think I don't know where I am. I'm just standard. I
There's
think
a
the
guy at a
last
deer
time.
stand ahead of me. Is that you?
No.
There's two people. What's
Yeah, two. Yeah. Hello.
he got in his hand? Hello.
He's not talking.
No, his mate's gone behind a tree.
Hello. How's it
Oh
going?
shit! I aimed.
Hi.
Didn't mean to aim. Sorry.
Friendly, please.
Yeah, us too.
Sorry, I aimed
How's
my-
it going?
I aimed my rifle, I
Carry me,
didn't
man.
mean to.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll do that. I'll put my weapon on my back, okay? Can you do the same?
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah.
Can we all do the same, please? We're
Yeah.
friendly.
There you go.
Okay, nice.
You do the same.
Okay, thank you.
Are you the French guy?
Fine. No, I'm not French.
Oh.
I'm actually Brazilian, but I saw a French guy in Brazil.
Oh, okay. Is he still good? Because we saw him earlier.
Towards Gorka?
Yeah, we're heading to Gorka. Did you see anyone else?
Oh, I passed two guys near Polana, but I don't remember seeing him down. I don't know.
Okay.
For about like 5 minutes.
Okay. You didn't talk to them?
Okay, I'm leaving, man. Sorry?
You talked to those guys in Polana?
Yeah, they were friendly.
Okay, good.
Nice jacket,
Good to
looking
hear.
Hot, can I say?
You like
Sorry?
our
Say it
beards?
I say I like your jacket. It's looking hot.
Yeah, it's a Negan style. Do you have like a leather steering kit so I can fix it?
You have one?
No, sorry,
Hello,
man.
Bearded man.
Okay, no problem, man. I'll try to find one. Thank you anyway.
Alright.
Okay,
Good luck, chap.
I'm leaving, guys.
See ya. Good luck.
Okay. See you later.
Have a safe one. Bye.
You too.
There's a guy here with a beard.
Is it me? Oh yeah, I see you. Is he hitting you? I think he's hit. There's someone in the deer stand. Hey, put your hands up. Oh, too late.
Too late for that. He's dead.
Someone else shot, dude. I don't know who. Might be these two guys we met before. I'm pretty sure someone else shot.
What happened, man?
Hello.
Are you guys
Yeah, there
okay?
were two guys, and they tried to attack us, but they're dead.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you kill him?
Guy
Yeah.
in the deer stand. Guy in the deer stand. Yeah.
Where are them?
In the deer stand. There was another one, right?
Yeah, he's down the hill. I don't know if these guys were with them. You know.
Hear you. Are these the two guys you met before? Because they attacked
Jesus,
us.
This is the guy I saw before, man. I think
Really?
they were friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they might be friendly towards you, but they tried to axe us, so we shot them.
They shot you?
Yeah, they tried to.
What an asshole, man. What an asshole.
Yeah.
Well,
These
I'm
guys
leaving
have the
now.
same accent as these guys.
Sorry that
Mm.
happened to you.
Yeah, that's okay, man. Alright, stay safe, guys. Thank you for coming back.
Hey, man, listen.
Yeah,
You sound a lot like Renee. Are you Renee?
I am Renee, yes. How's it going?
Yeah, Renee. Hi, man.
He thought I was on my own.
I'm
The
at
guy
lunch.
with the
I
axe
don't know
came
if
at
you
me
know
with
me.
the axe, and then you shot him and hit him.
Sorry, can you
Are you
repeat?
streaming right now? I'm at
Yeah.
lunch. Check my pulse.
In a way. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, me too, man. Nice.
nice.
Okay.
Alright,
Sorry, man. Good luck.
no
Have a
worries.
safe one.
You
Nice.
too, bye bye.
Oh, do you know this guy?
He know me. Bye. He recognized me.
He's not like to shoot me when I go up here, is he?
I don't think so. I can cover you.
No, it's fuck all on him. This guy was wrecked.
Yeah, the other guy looted the one below, so I don't think there's a lot on him either. But I just didn't want to make a problem out of it, to be honest. I can't check this. Can you come and check? I think the
No,
body
I
is...
couldn't see anything. He got his axe off him though.
Oh, here. I got it. There's Mosin rounds. And a battery, so we can use the radio, dude.
Do we even have a radio?
I was just kidding.
I'm gonna stop in this bush and eat some food because I'm about to die.
Okay, you want to move away slightly from the scene of crime?
No, I think I'm like, if I don't eat now, I will start dying. So.
Okay. I have another can for you. I will drop it at your feet. It's actually at your in the sky.
There's a question for me there. In Rene's face reveal video, there was a book laying in the tent. What book was it? It was a survival book.
That's true.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't be more specific. I can't remember which one it was.
Well, it was a Dutch one. It was like his SAS survival book. Rene's fame is recognizable even with a fake beard.
Cranky Brian, how you doing?
Hey, Brian.
Oh, we've got some excitement anyway.
Yeah. Friendlies, hostiles, drama.
All in one little section here. I mean, the guy made the mistake of thinking, I mean, didn't have my gun out. He thought I was going to be easy pickings. His mate was up the deer stand, and he thought, look at the size of that backpack, it's going to be full of all sorts. So he come chasing after me and tried to hit me with his big chopper, and you shot him. And I finished him off down the hill, and then you spotted the other guy in the deer stand, and he was screaming, oh, don't shoot me. Well, that's the last thing he said.
I didn't know what he said, actually.
Said something like that.
I told him, don't shoot him, or I said something like, put your hands up and come down. That's what I said, but obviously that wasn't really going to work out anyway.
No, how would he hold the ladder?
Just jump. Well, you get bonus points, FT. All right. So let's start with the next topic, which is... I have to scroll down. Sorry, I didn't prepare it.
That's fine.
It's... Wobo.
Wobo!
Wobo. Can you summarize what happened to Wobo, FT?
Wobo made... was a content creator or is a content creator, shall we say, for DayZ, doing science videos. I think everyone, I don't probably need to recap on what Wobo is or what he did for the community as a content creator.
Probably not, but for the completeness.
For last 6 months to a year of not making anything, and it since transpires that his mother had got cancer, and he had to be the long-time carer for her, and basically had to quit making any form of YouTube and stop streaming and sell pretty much all his possessions to look after her, which, that's just an awful thing to happen. And
yeah, that's a whole reset of your life.
Yeah. But the DayZ community, he did a I don't know how you'd call it, not sponsored, but like a fundraising,
Help me stream.
fundraising,
Yeah.
day, and content creators, Twitch streamers all pulled together, and it became Wobo Day, and I think it was $36,000 total. It probably exceeded that raised.
Yeah, I think so too.
And
yeah.
it was just an amazing thing to be part of and to witness.
Yeah, and kudos to Paul, because I think on his stream, together with Wobo's stream, I imagine, they gathered the most out of it, and Paul immediately jumped on it and was prepared to help. And Paul is the running man for the ones that don't know. But yeah, it was just awesome and unbelievable. I never expected that. I'm in the long barn.
Have you modded Molly?
Yeah, I think so. I should have.
If you haven't,
I don't think
it's the
so.
one that needs removing.
Okay. Okay, I double checked it. All good.
Okay.
Molly's moderator now.
Okay. Yeah, Paul's stream, he streamed for, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Peaked at about 2,000 viewers in there, and it was just, I mean, it was the alerts were just going off all day. It was
Yeah.
mind blowing. I've never seen anything. I mean, it was much the same. It was even more insane in Wobo's stream. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was just amazing.
I think in the
thing.
first, yeah, definitely. I think in the first, 50 minutes, I also donated an amount, and I left, and suddenly I got a PM from someone 2.5 hours later that the notification came through. It's like, okay.
Yeah. So the outcome is that Wobo didn't have to sell all his possessions. He's financially secure for
A year or
12
so.
months,
Yeah.
maybe. Although he still went through with getting a job, and because as much for his own sanity of going out and getting out of the house and getting a bit of free headspace, if you like. But it allowed him that opportunity to be able to be comfortable for 12 months, and hopefully, fingers crossed and everything going the right way, he should be able to get back into doing the stuff he loves with streaming and providing content for DayZ. So
Yeah, I hope so too. And I found a purple backpack, by the way.
there's a bright blue backpack in the big white barn.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't get it. I'm having the purple one right now. Yep. So the first.
But to just elaborate on that slightly more, I streamed at the same time as Wobo did, and I did all my tips and everything that I got went to Wobo. But Paul,
I didn't know that.
yeah, Paul. Well, I mean, Tote Wreck raised 2,500. I don't know the exact amount for Deadly Slob, but it was a similar amount. The amount that I raised was quite small, but it was running concurrently with Wobo's stream, so I never expected it to be massive income. But I found it really quite difficult to do, and just big respect to Paul for what he did, because Paul is like a salesman, and
Well, he is a salesman.
Because it wasn't his, he could detach himself to a degree from the situation and tell exactly the situation that Wobo was in, and he could do that continuously for the period over 10 hours of his stream, and I mentioned it probably five or six times. Even then, when I was talking about it, it's difficult. It's a difficult subject to cover.
Oh, yeah.
And so yeah, I've got a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that was it was awesome. Yep. Yeah, kudos to everyone who supported Wobo, I'm sure, and a couple of you who are listening right now also supported him. Yeah, and that's not at me. It's the main road somewhere.
Close to me.
He's in the red house. Hey, dude, what's going on?
Something's dead on the road.
Okay, there's a guy in the red house, and I think he shot the guy. He has a pink armband and a helmet. In the red house. And there is another guy...
at the back of the red house. Near the hydrator. He's moving down.
Yeah, there is a guy with a shirt on, and he just ran away. I think he's to... Whoa. Hey, don't shoot me. I'm hit. I'm unconscious. I'm going down. I'm at the back of the red house.
Where did he shoot you from?
He was right next to me. He's on my body. I'm behind a shed. I'm dead. Damn it. Yeah, he saw me and he just ran around.
Fuck, he's just killed me. Bastard, I hit him, but...
Oh, was it the guy with the pink armband?
Yeah. He just turned around and one-tapped me.
Wow. He's just killed 3 guys there. And he's probably going to kill the last one as well. I think those 2 that were getting shot by him was probably the guys we met before.
Yeah, he said, the guy that recognised you, he was still up.
I hesitated. I could have, like, taken action, but I just didn't really know who was who. In the end, I kind of confirmed them to you, but that's about it. Alright, it's what's happened. Let me know where you got to spawn. I spawned in Solnishny Factory.
It's misty on the coast. Yeah, I can head up to you if you want to. I'm 3 Valleys.
Okay. I'm following the train tracks. Yeah, that was unfortunate. We should have had that situation.
Yeah, I hit him with the shotgun. He was bleeding and running around with 4 zombies on him. I was chasing him out towards the back of the police station, and he just turned around and one-tapped me with a Magnum, I think he had. He did well, because he had a lot of zombies on him. And they usually throw you off your stride when you try and shoot.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to the next subject, I guess. Which is basically the first Altarcast we ever made was last year, around this time. I think it was actually recorded like December 28 or maybe even 29. And I edited it to be online at January 1st, which was I think a start of a great podcast. And initially we talked about this, and I was like, you know, I need a companion for my podcast. Do you want to help me out? You said yes, and you actually came up with the idea to play at the same time, and I was actually really excited by that, because initially I was a little bit hesitant, but after that I really liked it. So thank you for that addition. I know some people that were listening to the podcast are not really used to it. They didn't really like it, but I think if you do something you love and you talk about something you love, I think that only adds to the experience overall. I hope so, at least. Obviously, I'm biased.
I think a server's gone for me. I don't know if that's for you.
Yeah, for me too, I think. Well, it's still up. I don't get a message. But I can't do anything.
I think as Science Reason has just said there, in your defense running NFT, it's hard to focus on the game when you're trying to do a podcast at the same time. I think your gameplay instincts kick in, and you just take it. Just natural stuff takes over. I don't think we can really. I can't blame the podcast for that. I was fully focused on what I was doing, but he just did well with his Magnum. But yeah, I think. I don't know, just sitting here and talking without having the game to play. There's times when it breaks it up, and also it allows you to give a feed out for YouTube as well. I think it enhances that side of things. Obviously, it does nothing for the podcast only viewers or listeners. But yeah. Server seems to be back up. There's a bit of a queue, but
yeah, kind of weird that there is a queue.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I'm back in a second.
Yeah. Yeah, the queue's going down. So I think it was still restarting. That's why there was a queue. All right.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, servers. The queue was only there because of the server wasn't really up yet. For me, anyway.
Yeah, I'm back in. I'm searching for a stone.
Okay. Yeah, what I wanted to say is and since then we are now on our 8th episode. Sometimes we had a more of a delay in between the episodes than other times, because either there was no time for us to do one, or there was no DayZ update that we could really talk to. So we were a little bit hesitant to do so. It was mostly you actually who hold back on it, but I think it's it's all good. I was hoping to have a steady release on the first of the month, but I think as long as the releases are still relatively frequent and not too far apart, I think it's all good.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be a situation of us just talking for the sake of talking. So, whilst we've got topics and we've got feedback, then it's good.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we're happy you guys are here for that as well. To all the listeners. Without listeners, obviously, we probably would have lost the motivation. But there is, I think, the interest in the first episode was greatly. It was a big interest. I think we had more than almost 2,000 people checking it out, and for the later ones it slightly dropped off, but I think at the moment it's growing again slightly. So there's more audience than there was for the third and fourth episode, for example. So I think we're doing all right, and a podcast is also something you need to build up. So I got the idea because my work, started. I had a longer commute, and I started listening to podcasts myself, and I was why not make a DayZ podcast? And that's how it all started. NFT, you didn't have any experience with a podcast, right?
No, I told you it was a waste of time, if I'm honest.
Do you still think so?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's a waste of time. Like you. Oh, let me take this off. I've just put a pink balaclava on. Let's go. Like you said, sometimes I have to pull the reins on you. Just because I don't. Like I said, I didn't want to just be chatting shit for as who's just said it there. Considering 8 episodes with only 1 patch, it's kind of impressive. If there's nothing to be discussing, I don't just want to be talking. I might as well just go out and do a stream or make a video about something else. Or do, podcasts should be relevant to what the subject that you're talking about, which is DayZ. And I don't want to just hot air it.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot to talk about in DayZ. We don't have to always talk about the new things in DayZ or the technical things in DayZ or that kind of stuff. I also think, like, for me, the story part is a big deal of DayZ, and I can talk about stories in DayZ forever, like adventures I had, for example. So
Yeah,
I think
you
there's
can,
always
but
a way. But
you can also make your own video on your own channel about that, which is what a YouTube channel's for. A podcast, really, in my mind. You're more experienced on podcasts than I am, but in my mind, you should be covering stuff that's perhaps relevant to DayZ and relevant to new stuff that's coming out. So patches, obviously, but status reports have helped bounce us along. Things that have happened. Yeah, we've covered a lot of topics.
That's also a little bit taste, because sometimes people tell stories in a podcast, and other times people are telling news. I like that we're doing a lot of it. So we also, I think we have the most low key format. So even though I'm editing it pretty well, it's also taking me, quite some hours to actually edit it, because I have to go through all this footage and maybe 2 times again. But it's obviously way faster than a video, but still, it's I'm doing my best to have it a nice format. And this is actually the first time that you guys hear this live, and you kind of experience how it is, which is I guess also an interesting experience for you.
I was wondering about the number one title, Oliver. I still don't understand. Is that the number one, the first podcast title? I assume. What was the first title? Or am I just interjecting in someone's private conversation there? I'm not sure.
It was Altarcast, the Days of 2016. Yeah, it's what he typed is the first part of the title, basically. It's like DayZ Altarcast number 1, and then dash the Days of 2016.
Yeah. Oop, I can hear someone around me. Is that you?
Greenhouse. Hello.
Got a rider's coat on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you.
Title of this podcast.
The title of that podcast was reference to the year before, covering DayZ from the start of the year to the end, and that was the plan for this one. It's gone right out the window, and we've just talked shit for about past hour and a half. So can we get back on track, please? Where's the
Yes. So 2016, I checked the dates on the latest patches. 0.61 came out December 2016. We played that until like May 2017. And I think we all had, I think it was a good patch. It consisted of the wolves. It had the new audio system. It had new lighting and shadows and that kind of stuff. But we already talked about that extensively, I guess, so I don't want to stand still too long by it. Then in June 2000, sorry, I'm also beating zombies at the same time, and apparently I can talk while I beat a zombie. Okay, so 0.62 consisted of the new ambient sounds. It consisted of the new trees and lighting. And with the lighting, I mean the sunset has massively changed, and they tuned the atmosphere of DayZ greatly. And now I need to scroll down. Very professional. And we had obviously the vegetation and wind sounds. And also the wind in general, the effect. So if you throw like a smoke grenade on the ground, you will see the smoke going in the direction of the wind. And yeah, that's about it. At least the big things. And I think we are obviously still having fun in that specific patch today, because we're playing it right now. But we did have the Christmas updates. Hey, FT.
What?
The Christmas update. The thing we couldn't talk about.
Can we talk about it now? We did quite well not talking about it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I found a present, and I was going to come mincing out with a big box and just walk past you with it. I thought, no, I can't do that, because we're not supposed to be talking about them.
That's true. But I've been secretly ignoring the presents I've been packing out. But yeah, in civilian houses and in cars, there are presents to be found. You already saw some of them. You probably already know about them. But for the ones that don't know, oh, I actually found one. It's called a gift box, and yeah, scripted, and it's actually pretty nice. Nice box. So you can actually can I put the box in? Oh, I think it might have actually work like some sort of protector case.
It does. You can put a box inside a box inside a box.
Do you have a blue shirt?
Tiered system. No.
Oh, there's someone with a blue shirt next to the barrack. It might be one of our friends from earlier.
Might be not one of our friends from earlier.
Yeah. Well, hello.
You got any 380? So I've got a Makarov.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, there's lots of zombies. Are you talking to them?
Yeah. Did you just die?
So there's a question there. Had you thought about bringing any of the devs in or other streamers to guest?
Alright.
I'm pretty open to that sort of
Stay safe.
thing, but I think Rene wanted to keep it just us two. For the foreseeable, anyway.
Yeah. That's true. I wanted to... basically I chose a format for this podcast, and yeah, it was just us two. And I never say never, but I kind of said like, okay, not now. I think we should just like have like a podcast on our own, prove what we're worth it, and I don't want to have too many like guests. Like new voices all the time, because I think that actually is also partly very restless experience. I don't really like it myself if there's too many different people talking in a podcast, because there is always the problem that there is not enough consistency in there, and that's why it's pretty safe to have the two of us talking in this podcast. But again, never. I will never say never. We'll see what the future brings, and it might actually be worth it, like, you know, having someone like another host in here at some point. But you know,
I think it'd be great for 0.63 release to have Brian in.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an idea.
That would be golden. That would, because we can. You know, whenever whenever I've played with him in the past, I always feel a little bit reluctant about firing him questions at him and forcing him to answer stuff. I know he loves DayZ and his DayZ all over, but I always feel like, I don't know, it just feels a little bit awkward sometimes. Whereas if it was in a podcast, he'd know what he would be letting himself in for. Whereabouts are you? I'm kind of running. I've done here, I think.
Yeah, me too. Let's run and land
inland.
towards Tolina.
Yeah. Do you have a backpack?
Yeah, small one, blue.
Yeah, I'll give you this pistol then, because I'm fed up with carrying it.
Okay.
I'm on the road next to the pond. I shall wait for you there.
Yeah, I see you.
I'm not doing any 24-hour, 48-hour, or any other long streams. Ever. Just chucked it on the road there.
Do you have rope?
Yep.
Here is burlap.
Oh, you're a right smasher, you are. I've got 357 and SKS and .45. 45 ACP.
I got 357. I got blaze ammo. I got a UMP mag. I got some food. Stuff like that.
So, what we're talking about is the Christmas presents. Now, what you've just found leads nicely on, segueing it, to my thoughts. This patch could be, this Christmas gift could be devastating.
Devastating. That sounds pretty dramatic.
Well, you remember the patch where they had AKs on the coast?
Yeah.
So what you need to do now is you spawn in, you go and fetch your AK, you come back to the coast, you get it loaded up and you kill everyone. Because all the ammo and all the stuff for it, none of it spawns at the Northwest Airfield anymore. You just... surely it's going to promote people getting really aggressive with all the ammo they've got.
PvPE. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't think it's too bad, actually, in the sense of you cannot really find them together. So it's not like you can find a gun with it.
No, they don't put any pistols or anything like that in, but they're putting shotgun shells, they're putting 9mm, they're putting 45 ACP. All this sort of stuff is the sort of stuff that is, you'll find your shotgun, but you'll struggle. You'll spend the next half hour to an hour trying to find the shells to go in it, or you'll find your pistol, but you won't find your ammo. You'll find your ammo now. Shit, I'm orange hungry. Have you got any food?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Do you have... oh, okay, I have a knife myself. It's on the floor.
Okay, I see it.
Are you good in thirst?
Yeah.
Drink? Okay. Then I'll drink this. Yeah, I think the... like you said with the last Christmas update, they should make it let it stay in too long either way. So it should stay with Christmas. I understand why they did it, because they wanted to give a little bit of a new dynamic into the game, and it's actually pretty interesting to find a Thel mag or UMP mag and then actually go chase the gun you want in the north or inland at the specific military base, to go with that mag. So I think that's pretty interesting. So we can actually chase for the VSS now, because the presence also spawn VSS mags and Thel mags and that kind of stuff.
I think that side of it is great, and I also think putting the Smursh vests in, the plate carriers, all the rare loot that was, well, the plate carriers have been removed. So
the Smursh vest. Yeah.
Yeah, I think putting those items in, it's a good Christmas present. I don't know. I fear it might lead to a rather regret. I mean, I went on the experimental earlier today. When they updated the new patch, I was actually streaming, so I went onto the experimental, and everyone was pretty much in the same boat, fresh spawning, and the towns were just alive with people shooting, and you just couldn't go anywhere. It was crazy. 60 people spawning on the coast with all them presents. It was just brutal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I suppose it'll thin out. People will move out to other parts of the map.
Yeah. It's also in that regard, it's survival of the fittest, and there will always be jerks that just shoot everyone in the game.
But they might say that there'll always be jerks that want to talk to people instead of shooting.
But if that's your definition of a jerk, sure.
Well, your definition of a jerk is someone that shoots everyone. Their definition of a jerk is someone that's wanting to fucking sit around a campfire singing "Kumbaya," you know, to cliche it.
That's
It's
not
all in
a
your own
jerk.
opinion.
You can call someone like that a softie, but definitely not a
Hey,
jerk.
Why not? Look at that jerk. Look, he doesn't want to shoot. Oh, there's a guy coming towards us. 2 guys. Let's see if they want to sit around a campfire or whether they want to be a jerk.
I don't have anything to shoot with.
Hello.
Hello.
Bye.
Careful.
Bye.
Where are they heading? I think they pretty much looted that whole part, and I don't understand why they're heading back to the coast.
To meet their friend, maybe.
Yeah, could be. We're meeting a lot of people today.
That brought us to a good server.
I guess.
But no, what I'm trying to say is that you can't enforce your opinion on other people by saying that. I think it's unfair. I think if people have got a play style and they want to shoot people, then that's absolutely fine. Because as I've said many a time to you before, if you don't have those sort of people, the game is dead.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
You are, 'cause
not
you're saying
fine.
they're jerks.
Yeah, I think they're jerks. For sure. But we do need these people.
We need these jerks in our life.
Yeah. There's just more depth to it, I think. There should be, anyway. And there is. Just not everywhere.
I carried on. I'm probably miles ahead of you now.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit behind, but I also moved. I'm at the road sign now. Close to.
Scaramouche, Scaramouche, you do the fandango from the bolt of lightning. I've just found a book and a present.
I found a zombie.
They haven't looted all this because I've just found a box of SKS ammo.
Yeah, so, and moving on into 2018, I guess, is after the Christmas update. Hopefully the Christmas update won't be here until March or April. With all the Christmas trees around, right, FD?
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be seeing 0.63 very soon. We've talked about this already quite extensively. Since then, a couple of more status reports and information came out. Sadly, 0.63 was delayed on us. They initially said like it's gonna be done this year, and they came out with an extensive status report telling us why it didn't came out yet, and that they were still working on a lot of stuff. We will be linking those status reports in the description.
Is that
Not
you,
right
Blue
now.
Boy?
Yes. What was your first response to that status report, FT? I'm curious.
Well, I'd spent the previous 2 days during my stream telling, not exclusively telling people, but just sort of trying to calm everyone down a little bit, because the hype had got to fever pitch level, and everyone was like, oh, they've delayed the status report, they're going to give us some information, it's a date for 0.63.
Yeah, I guess that
didn't
wasn't the
actually-
best of tactics.
No, I didn't expect it to be, and of course it wasn't. Oh, hold on a minute, I need some bandages. So that's the only issue I've got with it, really. I don't mind if it takes longer. I just prefer transparency on this sort of thing, and I think they failed. I think they failed big time. I think they should have. They knew a long time ago, and they just let the hype build, and that's just not really fair.
I think they were probably contemplating on putting something out or putting nothing out, and in the end, they decided to put nothing out.
Well, that decision should have been made a long time ago. I mean, the decision
Yeah,
not to
probably.
put the demo out, was the right decision. The decision not to put a loose build out is the right decision. The decision not to calm people and let the hype build is the wrong decision. I don't know the internal workings, and there may be a good reason for it. If there was a good reason, in fact, I would expect them to have come out with that. You know, like, we got so far, we thought we could get this build out, we can't get this build out. Up until even a week ago, we thought we could, but there wasn't any of that. It was we're fucking miles away, and here's why we're miles away, and we're going to be as open as possible now at this point and tell you we're miles away. I just didn't. That's what I didn't like. You know, I can wait. I don't mind waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it was the same. I was, to be fair, I was disappointed. I was hoping that we could play the patch in the holiday season, just like everyone. I think everyone was waiting and expecting, and you could also like hear the disappointment from all the communities around DayZ, and some people. Reddit got a couple of votes like, I'm gonna uninstall the game. Well, obviously I'm not taking it that far. I'm pretty good at waiting and dealing with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I can't deny that I was a little bit disappointed in it. But but for the rest, I think it was informative. It was a good status report in the sense of we know what we're going to get or not going to get in this regard. But I also feel like it should have been something that that was brought to us earlier than later. But that's why I kind of feel like there are probably some like internal struggles happening, like contemplating on putting something out or not. Why else wait? Because they already delayed the status report, right?
Well, there's no time to give bad news on something like that, but they're not doing themselves any favors, because all you do is essentially you're letting people down because you've not quashed the hype, and it was doable. It was very doable. I'm sure it was. I can't think of a reason why it wasn't doable. I mean,
yeah, but we don't have all the information.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware of
yeah.
that, but we have all the information now.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the information on that status report and you see how much work needs doing. That didn't just suddenly happen. That didn't happen in the last 7 days prior to the status report. They didn't have a working build, and then they thought, oh, fuck, no, we've got to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. They've known that for a long time. You know, and I'm not someone that's negative on DayZ. I'm just pointing out that side of it was dealt with completely wrong.
Yeah, no, like I said, I agree with you, but I do believe there is probably something going on why they waited. There's a reason for that, right? It's not like let's put this news out and let's build a hype up because we feel that's a good thing.
To be fair, it's self-perpetuating the way the hype works, and unless it's dispelled by a dev, it's just going to build and build and roll and snowball, and that's where they have to step in. You know,
I agree.
They just have to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because they're not out to sell copies. They're not out to increase the player base. They're not out to retain people playing the game. They don't. It doesn't matter a shit whether they've got 2,000 players concurrent or 50,000 right now. Doesn't matter. Just be transparent and tell us. Everyone will be happy.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, and the status report after, which is kind of a turnaround, but everyone loved the status report after that. The last status report, it consisted out of quite a lot of things. I have a green shirt, by the way. Let me actually scroll down. Which is climbing. Well, they started out with obviously with giving us the Christmas update, which is actually a little bit later. They announced it on Twitter, I believe, but everyone saw that coming. We just didn't really know what was in there. So those two things they followed each other up quite nicely. So and it will change the game a little bit, enough for us to drag through the holidays either way. Do you have a white shirt on?
No, a brown top.
No, there's someone with a nurse outfit here. Checking the houses I just checked.
Can we hook up and see if there's anything we can work together with? I've got a Makarov gun. I've got no ammo.
Same here.
There's someone in the log cabin next to me.
I am in the log cabin.
Are you?
Yeah.
You got a Santa hat on?
Yeah. And the nurse is that way.
Do you need the nurse to do anything for you?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
You have a gun? Except the Makarov?
I just got a Makarov.
No, then we cannot do anything for each other, I imagine.
No, we can't do anything for the nurse.
No, I guess not. And the status, either way, continuing on the status reports, everyone was really happy with it. Some things I'm highlighting there. Maybe Molly can post the link to the latest status report, so everyone who hasn't seen it yet can read along. Which is, I think Peter is talking about the movement of all the characters. So he's talking about how we will be able to climb the ladders better, and how we will be able to swim better, and how we will be able to slide down on a ladder and jump down. And they're revamping all the ladders themselves as well.
Can we slide down on that nurse?
No, the ladder.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, FD. Great addition.
All right, okay.
And also that in the end, we're going to be, it's not with the first iteration, but we're going to be able to climb over things, and we're going to have some sort of a jump mode, and we're going to just have like a load more movement. And I believe I'm slightly failing to explain it here properly, but I just had the feeling of way more freedom than we have right now. So they also showed us a GIF of me lying on the ground, like I'm basically doing right now.
Was it you? Did they have you in as like a character actor?
Yes, and you could actually turn all the way on your back and shoot behind you while lying down. And I thought that was a pretty awesome move.
Just hang on.
Yeah.
I need to link the status report. I think Molly's AFK.
Yeah, all good. One hit, one job.
I don't know if it'll let me link. I'm not. No, you're gonna have to go out and link it.
Can you
Not
type
logged
it? Can you type your name?
I'm not logged in. I've got it on Chrome.
Oh,
Hold on,
okay.
Let me go into the other one.
Pro podcasters, streamers.
It says oops.
But if you just type something random.
There we go.
You're good.
I'm not even.
What
I'm
did
not
you
even
do?
a fucking mod for me.
You
Altarcast.
pasted
Partnership.
a video.
Hey?
I don't know what you pasted. I hope it's a good video.
Oh, I've pasted the Altarcast. God, just as well I didn't have something dodgy in my fucking cache, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, guys.
Just
We're gonna
put a
get this
unicorn
right.
Post in there. Right, I think I'm there.
Yes. Applause for FT.
Oh dear. Right, I need to rejig all my stuff now.
Hmm.
I have to mess with my windows and everything.
Guess it's needed.
Okay, I'm good.
I don't think the nurse came this way. Or she went through the woods. And also to add to that movement, also skilled melee combat, which is whole different than what was shown to us during the Gamescom footage. In the sense of there will be like blocking, there will be like proper evading, and you know they're showing a photo or a screenshot, I have to say, of someone who just beat and killed like 8 survivors or something, which is kind of good, because that really makes, like, if you know how to play the game, you will be able to like have a chance when you fight, and it's not all luck, if you know what I mean.
I think
I found a
going back to
repeater.
your original. Sorry?
I found a repeater, and I have bullets. So
I didn't actually mean to make you say that again. I didn't hear you. But it worked anyway. I've that particular one that you're talking about, where you could be prone and then do a 360 and shoot.
Mhm.
That got linked onto PUBG and the Fortnite or Frostwolf or whatever it's called, that other game.
And
Got
also
linked onto their
Tarkov.
Reddits. Tarkov, and yeah, perhaps it was Tarkov and not. Yeah, it's obviously a pretty good idea. Can we have this in the game? DayZ's going to have it.
We wanted to.
I like it.
Yeah, and
it's good.
and how it's looking right now, DayZ's movement will be a whole more advanced than those games. So it's pretty neat.
Fuck, I thought I was you behind me and it's a zombie.
I think Tarkov has more advanced movement in the sense of walking slowly and sneaking and that kind of stuff at the moment, if I remember correctly, either way.
Don't know. I can't input at all on that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, I've played it only a couple of times, so I am not the best person either. Do you have 9mm? Because there's a red 9 on the table.
No, I saw that. I'm above you.
Yeah.
There's a question there. Melee fights, will they be different than what you saw at Gamescom?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it looked pretty technical in the sense of that you could have combos, but other than that, there wasn't too much in there. So you would hit like twice, and then you would have like a special attack. And you would also, if you would run forward, like I'm doing right now for the people who are watching on YouTube, and then if you run and then hit, you would do like a leap forward and then smash, like a power hit or whatever you want to call it. So it was already definitely more advanced, but now it was still, stand still and basically, hit until someone falls down, basically. But now you will have like, if that works all right, obviously, but then the new system, if it's anything like games like Chivalry Medieval Warfare, it's all based on timing. And if that's the case, I'm a big fan of it, because then the fighting will be awesome. So if you're a skilled person, like that's how Chivalry works, if you're a skilled person, then you can take on 3-4 people who cannot really play the game.
Do you know what the problem is? The problem is that server performance and network performance. Because currently, if you get on the wrong server, or it is really the wrong server, or the server's not performing, you can shoot someone and they should be dead, and they've got perhaps a window of a second, in some cases, in extreme cases, where they can shoot you back where they shouldn't be able to. And that's just going to completely fuck up any sort of timing aspect to the melee. It's going to fuck up cars, helicopters. It's when Brian Hicks said the single most important thing for DayZ that he wants to see put right is network performance. It's the underlying issue with almost every problem that people have playing the game.
Yeah, that's mostly what it's currently based on, but because of the way DayZ works, it also kind of feels smooth at the moment. So I'm also a little bit worrying that if the network, there's a deer stand, I'm going to check that. If the network performance is going to be implemented properly, hopefully with the next patch, they have to, because otherwise you cannot implement such a skill-based fighting system, you're right. Then we also gonna not be able to play with people from Australia anymore, for example, because now they have lagging problems, but they don't really feel it because the movement is at the moment is client side, and that's also something that is appreciated by DayZ. Like the lag, if you don't PvP too much, the lag isn't really noticeable. So that's a thing to be praised. But on the other hand, yeah, for people who PvP a lot and care a lot about it, and then that's really problematic, of course, and it should definitely be taken on and taken seriously by the developers, and that surely is what's happening. But I'm also afraid to be able to not be able to play with some of my friends on the village anymore, for example, because
it impacts
they're just
PvE
not able to.
aspects as well, though, because if a zombie hits you when it's 20 meters away from you,
Yeah.
or more importantly, if a wolf does, because they can do so much damage, then, and once vehicles are in, you don't want to be driving forward 20 meters and back 10. So it's not just PvP, but it's been the bane of online gaming since the year dot. If you've got high latency to a server, you're going to suffer. So
yeah, that's true.
You can't expect a global experience in a game like DayZ and have instant reactions. It's just not going to happen. Okay, it can't happen. So I'm afraid. I think they should even put something like a 150 ping in, maybe 200.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, we'll have to see how it will work out.
Have they done these houses?
I didn't check the first one because I thought you were in it.
No, I went to the church. I've not got ammo for the Makarov, but it's only chambered.
Okay.
Would you like to enter Shakira with me, Rennie?
Yes, I will go to Shakovka with you.
Okay, good.
He found a new name for the city. You used to call it, or Toby used to call it, the town that only Renee knows the name of.
Yeah, but there's 2 of those towns, so it can get a bit confusing.
Yeah, that's true. So to finish it off, they're also gonna, and that's just the things that we highlighted. There's gonna be more, but you gotta check in the status reports yourself. But the last thing we want to highlight is that they're gonna implement a long tourist trails through the forests and that kind of stuff to make it like more travelable. And I'm actually looking forward to run all those tourist trails to my favorite little towns, because I think that would be really interesting and also cool shortcuts. And I feel like these tourist trails, they kind of already are here at some places, but I guess they're just highlighted more.
Yeah, you have places on the map that have got trodden trails, definitely.
Hmm. Do you want to start with the next topic? Or
What was
read
that
it
current
out?
topic we were on?
It was the status report and 0.63. Well, I guess we should finish it. So in 0.63 in 2018, they're saying that stable DayZ, like DayZ 1.0, will come out in 2018, and the beta will come out early 2018.
And that's when we should expect to see Brian
Yes.
again.
Yes. That's a perfect, how do you say it, segue.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this shit.
Yes.
Mind you, that was the bit you were supposed to say, and then I was going to tell you why. So you're going to have to tell me why now. So otherwise it messes it right up.
Sure. So I put Brian in the notes because he's a little bit absent lately, and it's a bit of a mystery. So he used to be hanging around at all the streams of everyone, at all the videos, and he was basically everyone's biggest fan because he was literally everywhere. You could, if you would go to any stream at any specific point, he would be there in the comments. And I don't know how he did it, but he did it, and that was awesome to have such a support from the development team. Obviously, Betty has taken that part over right now, and I think she's doing a very good job as well. But we are missing Brian a little bit because, as you guys know, we've both been also playing with him, and yeah, it's a little bit of a mystery of why he's so not really around anymore. Do you have an idea on that, FT?
Well, if you look at some of the stuff that he said with regard to 6.3, specifically, once you guys get your hands on 6.3, you are not going to want to play 6.2. Now this
True.
is partially the reason I think why they're not doing a half-assed build, because they want it to be the right thing, and they don't want to put out a build it's the make or break build, and they don't want to put out something that's got 3 weapons in it and half a player controller. That said, he will have the internal build, and he will have access to it. He'll be able to play it, and he's DayZ's biggest fan, and the likelihood is he's not going to want to play 0.62 because he's got his filthy little paws on how epic the 0.63 is. So
you think he's just all the time he's just playing a single player?
no, I don't so much think of that, but I think he's done his job. I mean, let's bear in mind that this is one of these little trails you're talking about. Come out of the barn at the top of the hill, and we can show live footage of the trail in action.
Yeah, that will work very well on audio.
Yeah, you'll have to describe it, Renee.
So we're in Shukovka right now, and there is a wooden barn, like almost at the top of the town. So if you would run from the barn towards the military base, there is indeed a little path that runs into the forest. Shall we follow it?
I'm taking that path right now.
Nice.
I'm following
Yeah,
you
Hicks
right
is
up
still on
that dirt
Reddit.
path.
I did see that too. He,
So, what I was going to say, you can come back with what you was going to say in a minute, because I need to say this or I'll forget,
yeah.
was that, why did you say he was omnipresent in everything at the launch of 0.62? He gets paid a wage, a salary, and that will be based on a 40-hour working week or whatever his contract says.
Hmm.
Above and beyond that, so he gets home, and it's his own personal time that he's coming in to do these things. He's not, he's not getting paid overtime to come into a stream and comment and talk to people. That's his time, and ultimately, this 0.62 build for him has probably got stagnant, as it has for many people that are playing, and the player base is reflecting that. So his interest in a build will be at its point of release, and to see how people are playing the build, how the content creators and streamers are streaming it, what their experiences are, and that's why I would suggest he's been absent recently, because he's got, as I say, he's got access to the 0.63, and he's just waiting for that to come live, and I would suggest he'll be back out again and around all of us, like flies round shit.
Yeah, he told me he's going to play with me as soon as 0.63 comes out. So I'm gonna hold him to that. The next topic, we are actually reaching a military area right now, so we have to be on our guard a little bit for the listeners in the car and everywhere else. But the next topic is DayZ stats. And why did I put DayZ stats in the... Whoops.
In the whoops.
Sorry, I had to click and I alt-tapped accidentally and something changed. It's all good though. But the stats of DayZ, I just briefly wanted to discuss them because I just think stats are really interesting, especially around DayZ. So December 2016, there were on average 5,454 players playing DayZ.
Is that you going across the field with a red backpack?
Yes, orange, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And at the moment, the last 30 days, it's 2,300. And people are obviously sad to see it. There's less variety in servers. The servers are still full, so there's not really a downtime. I think also streamers, it's tougher for them to go into a unique server without being found, which is also ruining their experience a little bit, which is sad. And on the other hand, it's just not. It doesn't feel good because it's a game we all really like. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. And from there on, it's it's a shame to see it decay, which is a pretty extreme word for 2,500 players that are still playing the game. But on the other hand, I recently got tipped off by a guy, which was also in chat, Nkupa. And Nkupa showed me...
I thought he got access to the notes, Rennie. I thought he'd hacked you.
He did? No,
Well, I'm just looking
he
at the chat
actually...
now because he's...
He's typing the information I want to say, so he's hacking. Yeah. No, he... I got the link from him. He recently linked it on the subreddit. And that's also why I asked, I thanked him for the link on Reddit as well. Is that DayZ in the last 2 weeks, 130,000 people have accessed DayZ. Unique players, unique accounts. And that's pretty much unbelievable to me. It's I really, really didn't expect that. But that shows how much interest there still is in DayZ, and that actually... I was really happily surprised by that.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, we've got a couple of other figures that we're not too sure about, and that's the playtime.
Yeah.
The average playtime is 5 minutes or 5 hours, and we can't work it out, and we've got to assume it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, it takes up to 5 hours is a little extreme.
5 hours, if you take 130,000 people, and they're playing 5 hours average over the last 2 weeks, then your concurrent is way higher than 2,000. It's got to be, so... We're taking that as 5 minutes. So people are dipping in. They're putting their toes in, but they're clearing off quite quickly. And I mean, I don't know. You look at the amount of people that go to streams. There's still a constant flow of watchers for DayZ. There's still the hardcore community there. It's how many of that hardcore community, how big that hardcore community grows once 6.3 releases, and how those concurrent stats are for the 3 months that follow the release of the patch. That's the important time. But there's, the amount of units that have been shipped. You've got to expect that DayZ's got at an all-time low. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe for the next 3 months it will still continue to drop. But I believe that concurrent amount that of leaving the base heading towards the town, that concurrent amount they have is pretty much, I think that's as low as it will drop.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, if 0.63 will await longer, like months longer, then I guess we'll see a slight drop. But I think actually the last 2 months we've actually seen like a few percentage growth again. I don't know what the reason for that is, but it just seems like at the moment it's just hovering. So people are just really enjoying the concept and that kind of stuff. So I think it's all good in that regard. I'm at the deer stand, by the way. I'm coming to town after.
2-story barn. Unkeeper says that reading the stats a bit closer, it looks like it's a median of 1 hour.
I found the nurse.
Understand. Pardon?
Wait. Sorry, I found the nurse. How's it going?
No.
Hello. Where are you from? Are you from Brazil? Shotgun. Thank you. I don't want it. You can have it. Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day. Everyone on the server seems to be from Brazil.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was the nurse, so we met him again. I couldn't talk to him. He just said hello, and he wanted me to pick up a shotgun, which I declined.
Always a bit sketched out when people ask you to pick stuff up they're chucking at their feet.
Yeah, well, I should have been shot by then. I think he was just generally... he was moving towards that back road the other way, so not to town. So I think he's really new to the game. Either way, that's the stats I wanted to talk about. Do you have anything more to add on that?
No, it seems that it's not 5 minutes. It's more likely to be 1 hour that people are playing as an
Oh
average.
yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I have, by the way, I found a hunting backpack. So don't be
Ooh.
scared if you see one with a hunting backpack. Still have the Santa hat. And we are coming to our last topic, which is highlights of the year. What were your highlights of the year, FT?
And the next topic is?
Highlights of the year?
I don't know, I haven't got the notes up anymore. What was my
Well,
highlight of the year?
Well, you started streaming on Twitch, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch for 9 months now. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
great, actually.
Yeah, I figured you would like that. And
I didn't know that's where we were going with it, sorry.
It's fine.
I
Your
don't have
highlights of the year. What are your
Yeah.
highlights of the year? Yeah.
Yeah. My continued growth upon Twitch has been a DayZ wise has been my highlight. Yeah, definitely. The community, my channel, I do. You know, it's difficult to sort of put it into words of
Mm-hmm.
that don't sound too cringy, because I don't like community. I certainly wouldn't go with family. Followers,
Audience.
viewers, audience has
Supporting audience.
has grown. The subscribers, my subscriber base has increased. I'm possibly at a position, if it continues to increase, to look at doing it full time, even though I'm almost putting full time hours in as it is.
Mhm.
It's
Are
more
you-
than I ever expected in that short amount of time. Put it that way.
Were you standing over a body with a sledgehammer next to the
No, I
medical?
wasn't.
Okay.
I think I might have told you that.
There's a guy with a Santa hat running to the church. He's almost there with an axe.
And he's killing people.
I don't know. Hello. He's running towards the barns. I said hello and
can't-
he's looking behind him.
Do you have any shotgun shells?
No. Hello. I'm not killing you if you're not attacking me. He said don't kill me and then he ran away. He only has an axe, I think. I don't think we'll be getting a lot in this town, from this town.
Do you think he's got it all in his backpack?
I'm not killing him, see.
I don't know what you take me for.
Yeah, for me, I guess highlight of the year is obviously the unexpected success of the DayZ Village. I completely didn't expect it to be still a thing. So I was very surprised by that. Are you running on the main road now?
Mm-hmm.
You have a helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're there with your Santa's hat pointing your gun at me.
I am not pointing my gun at you. But I do have a Santa's hat. Yeah, so that was and it's still ongoing, and people are still wanting to become a new member on the website. It's still a growing audience. The server is still full all the time. I'm playing myself on there still regularly. Not as much as I used to, because I never expected it to last longer than 10 days, to be honest. um, and that's just amazing. I'm really humbled by all the support I've been given there, and it's also, you know, beginning to live its own life. So, and that's pretty cool, I think.
Have you considered how you can incorporate that into improving or going forward with what you're doing as a content creator for DayZ?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I don't have all the answers yet, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to like make like some sort of highlights at the end of the year for the village. Make a video, just talk about what my expectations are, talk with the people are that currently supporting it, because as you know, Spaggy is still supplying the server. DayZ is still supporting the website, which is also a big part of it. Then we have like a constantly full Discord channel, which I'm which is my own channel, Barely Infected, and it has consistently in the evening, it has like 180 people in there, like always, and that's pretty extreme. And it keeps growing. I don't know. I guess people just like hanging out there and see what's going on. And
because ultimately there's a improvise. Oh shit! Did you just lock yourself in a house and send this farmer zombie after me?
I didn't do anything.
There's a improvised backpack in the gun house. Oh, you won't need it now. You've got a hunting backpack.
Yeah. Sorry.
Because ultimately, whilst the village is really taken off, and it's a concept that you've come up with, and you know, been able to realise through the help of others. That goes without saying. It would be nice if you benefited, you know, like if your YouTube videos,
There's
your
a guy
village
behind
YouTube
you
videos,
with a gun. Shotgun. I don't know. He's a
not
shotgun
behind me,
dude.
I'm up here.
He is at the barn. Double story. He
walking
has no
backwards.
backpack.
Double story barn.
Double story barn. Yeah. The long barn. Shotgun in hand.
No, he's talking to me.
Okay, good. He looks scary. Just ran away.
He said that there's another
Hello.
guy the other side of this wall, by the way.
Hey,
Oh, what?
I'm good. Don't worry.
He was calling you out, and I thought he was you because he's got a Santa's hat on. Whilst the village has become super popular, it would be nice to see, you know, if you're producing content for the village, your village videos become super popular.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of where I'm going with that. It would be nice. He's still hovering around at the top there.
Yeah, I see. He's just going to he's just trying to get like towards Go Global, just trying to avoid us. No, yeah. So you're trying to say that how
You're putting all the legwork in, but you're not getting any of the benefit. I think without I'm trying to skirt around the issue without trying to sound like I'm being rude about it, if you like. But that's
but
the
it's
bottom
not
line.
rude. It's you're kind of right about that. It's like I expected with the audience I'm getting is also that, you know, my viewership would grow a little bit at least, which is not happening, at least not in the same extent that the community is growing, which is fine. But that also, I also see that more as a problem that that I have. Like, I understand that not everyone likes the content I produce. So I have the feeling that that is also partly up to me, that there's only a selective audience that is interested in the content that I made, and that if I want it to be more diverse, I need to be better at creating content, because it's not the same thing. People like your they might like your videos. I mean, they might like your server, but not specifically your videos. So I think that's mostly it, and I see that more as something, because definitely, you know, my name is getting out there. Everyone knows about this server. So, you know, some people are also not really interested in YouTube itself, and other people are only interested in killing montages, and that's just something I don't provide. So how can I make my videos more interesting? And I think that's more in the direction I'm looking for here. So
I think, you know, while something's hot, you've got to just jump on it, haven't you? That's the thing. And find out what it is that people, whether it would be daily updates or whether, I don't know, there's got to be something that you can tap into that while something is really high and hot on people's want list, to tap into that side of it. I don't know. But it's just a thought I had, you know. It's absolutely great to see that you've had the success with this, but it's not so great to see that you haven't had any. Well, not any, but you're not reaping the rewards via your YouTube channel. Are you back down in the town, or?
No, I moved up the hill, basically in the tree line towards Guglovo. I'm walking slowly.
There's three guys chasing me now.
Really?
Yes. Where are you?
So I'm up the hill, like up the forest line, you know? If you go across the main road. Yeah. I'm not there yet. I'm 300 meters from the barn. Where are you?
There's three guys chasing me with a
Where?
with a jerry can trying to feed me water. I'm just above the white barns.
Oh, okay.
There could be four, actually.
Every villager probably already subscribed to Barely Infected. Yeah, it could definitely be the case. Oh.
Yeah,
I'm with
four
you.
of them.
Yeah, let's just... back off for now.
There's 5 of them, dude. And I've got a chambered Makarov. You got anything in
Hey,
your gun?
guys, please stop chasing us. Just go the other direction, please.
Hello, man. Hey, friendly. Hey, no, ninguém ataca ele. Ninguém ataca
Do you have
ele.
anything
É
in your
amigo,
gun?
amigo. Hey, sorry, man. Sorry, man.
Are you the same guy we met in Gorka the other day? Like a couple of hours ago.
Hey, sorry. Hello.
Hey, it's Hi. It's Renee. Yeah.
Oh, man. Sorry. No, guarda a arma. Ninguém ataca ninguém. Sorry, Renee. I'm saying that.
Okay, can you please turn off the music? Thank you.
Okay. Desliga a música. Desliga a música. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you fucker.
Whoa. It's 2 different guns, dude. We need to run
There's
to the
one-
forest,
one
down the
gun.
hill.
No, I'm running straight to the gunshot. There's a guy with a blaze up here. Have you got anything in your gun?
Yeah. I just don't know where the attacker is.
He's up the hill towards
Oh,
the
I
barn.
see him. He was ahead of us. There's 2 guys, dude. There's definitely 2 guys. I saw one further up the hill.
Who the fuck is shooting down there?
I don't know. There's a guy with a red brick dryback. I just shot at
Someone's
him.
trying to shoot. Oh fuck! There's two of them shooting me with a shotgun.
Well, you better run
Coming
away,
back
dude.
down the hill. But, oh, it's knocked me unconscious with a shotgun. I'm dead. I'd had nothing to shoot him with.
I just hit one of them, but he's not down. I'm backing off. Die. I got one of them. I don't know what gun he had. Just like I
One
think
had
he
a
had
shotgun.
a shotgun. Yeah.
One did me with a shotgun. I had a chambered Makarov, and I just ran. I went a little further to the left, and I ran straight.
Just
up
got
the
a
hill.
second.
There's only two. One with a
No,
Santa's
there's
hat.
3. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure there's another one. I think this guy might have been a third party or something. He was just running up the hill earlier. I shot at him before. Yeah, I think the last guy was probably shooting at those 5 guys. Oh. I see those 5 dudes. Hello? 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 Hello?
The two that were shooting at us initially
Hey.
were together, very close.
I'm the guy who you met before.
Yeah.
My friend died.
You find out?
Yeah, my friend died. He just killed me. I thought he was with there was just 5 of them. And they just shot me. One of them. He was just trigger happy. I think
Yeah, he wouldn't.
the
know whether or
last
not-
guy, he couldn't control himself. He couldn't control the other guys. I'm pretty sure you had the same accent again. I could have had him. I just was like, you know, I'm not gonna let him loot, but yeah. I just saw 5 guys next to each other, so I'm pretty sure it was them.
He wouldn't necessarily know if you were one of the ones that was shooting, though, would he? In his
Well,
defense.
I
You both
talked
had
to him.
Santa hats.
He said, "Oh, your friend died." So I was already talking to him, so he knew he had the same accent.
Oh, I see. What, and then shot you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
I was too greedy because I just shot a fully kitted guy. I was on his gear. Oh well. Will we survive?
There's not going to be one of those. There's not going to be a will we survive cliffhanger. It's there for all to see.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think we've pretty much wrapped up as well, haven't we? That was the last bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. Did you
I've
spawn somewhere?
I spawned near Berezino. Will I survive? Who cares?
Yeah. I'm at Scalisti. Which is interesting. I never have this spawn.
No, that's the last 3 spawns you've had.
Sorry?
Oh, Scalisti, sorry. I was Solnichny, you got it for some other reason.
Oh, no.
Well, you put 2 of the bad guys down. That's something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I shot him down and I shouted die to him when he was already dead, but well, I didn't shout either. I just said it. Oh well, this is the end. If there are any more questions, I think we can answer some more, and after that we will wrap it off because I need to work tomorrow and it's late. But I thought it was pretty cool to do it live. So
Yeah, I enjoyed doing it this way. I don't think we got sidetracked by the chat at all.
we just ignored them.
No, I've been reading what's being said. I've got the chat
That's
open.
true.
I don't, any questions that have been put in, I think we've answered.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was pretty good. But I think we should keep it for special occasions, though.
Yeah, Christmas, Easter, your birthday, my birthday. Yeah.
So 7 times a year.
Cock! Oh, my feed's not on, is it? It just looks like I'm shouting out cock for no reason.
No, we're not getting ads anymore on this one. I don't think there are any questions.
No, I think as we've gone through, there's been questions and we've covered what we could cover.
Evaluate this live recording experience in your next podcast. Yeah, I will. I will have a better view of how I find it when I have edited it. For sure.
It doesn't feel that much different to how we normally do things, if I'm honest.
No,
I mean, you were
that's
a bit nervous at the start. I didn't. You had way more to set up than I did, and I just, as ever, turned up and spoke. I've just found 40 Winchester rounds and a foul mag.
That's pretty good.
They're no longer special though.
Yeah. Well, it's still special to me because I've never properly had or shot a foul. Okay, there's a question. Can you say your catchphrase? Keep on surviving.
I don't know how the tune goes, but I'll try to do a little bit of music as
Will
well.
DayZ Village move to a good game like Rust? I don't know. You're the first person to ask, so unless there are many more supporters, I don't
Rust?
think so.
Where you've got your dick hanging out all the time,
Yeah.
and you sleep in a bed
Where you
in your
sleep.
little shack.
Yeah. Can you say die again? I don't know. That was a heat in the moment thing. Die.
I usually add motherfucker to the
Yeah.
end I don't. It's something that's just not in my vocab to use ever. You know, I just never use that phrase. But if someone's really pissed me off and I've just killed them, I die, motherfucker. Get really sort of angry in my voice, and I just it's just not me at all. It's sometimes a little bit scary.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially if you view it back. I'm not an angry person. I didn't say this particularly angry either. I think anyway. I have to listen it back, but
Yeah, but it shows the sort of emotions that can be brought out in a game.
If I really don't like someone, I usually call him dickhead. You've heard that a couple of times.
You don't call me dickhead ever. You like me, Renee?
Exactly. That's how it goes. Yeah, Rust. I don't know. I like the feeling of Rust. Like it's very smooth and it looks very pretty, I think. But other than that, I haven't really explored it very much. It's alright, I think. But I have these games and I kind of like them. But in the end, I play DayZ. So I don't know. Maybe DayZ is just better. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it a day.
Okie dokie.
Will we survive? Well, it doesn't really work this way, does it?
That, can you? You're on Scalisti Island.
I actually am in Kami Shovo. I was at the edge of Scalisti Island, but that was a coastal site.
Well, I mean, we've been running around for a little bit. I've got a shotgun. I've got all them golden tickets I need to preserve, and you've got to get from Kami to Berezino, and I've got to get out of Berezino with my golden tickets.
I'm actually running the other way.
Don't tell people that. It's all in what they don't know, not what they know.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah.
Edit that.
I will edit it. Don't worry.
Okay. So whether or not you make it to me or I make it to you, or someone will come between us, and yeah. I don't know.
Will we meet up?
I just found a burlap sack in a house. That doesn't happen.
Put it on your head. It's pretty funny if you could actually... If you would meet some random dude who has a burlap sack on his head and just telling you he can't see and he doesn't know why. If anyone is ever gonna use that, it's my idea. You could credit me.
I think you should do it. You've come up with it.
I don't know. It's a little scary. I'm just the idea maker. Alright, this is the last podcast of the year. Thank you all very much. If you have any questions or remarks, you can email us at DayZ Altarcast @gmail.com or barelyinfected@gmail.com. If you use a podcast application like iTunes or something, please go and leave a review if you like it. If you don't, also go there and leave a review, so at least we know what's going on. And I will see you guys all in the next year. Hopefully it's gonna be a great year, and I am confident of DayZ, and that way we can make even more great Altarcast episodes. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all in the next Altarcast in 2018.
Good night. Bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, DayZ Altarcast@gmail.com. Little shout out to the people who are in the chat right now. Claire, Oliver Blood Twist, Molly Magoo, Meike Jansen, Nkoopa, Ben Anderson. That's about it. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time. Oh, I see a guy. I'm too eager. Eager.
That's where you could end it. Oh, I see a guy.
Ah. I guess so. Alright, I'm gonna bandage up and move into the trees. Oh, science! We missed science.
You was doing the roll call, mate, not me. Don't say we here.
I don't have any bullets anymore, so I'm happily backing off.
Have you killed it?
This guy didn't have any. No, I made a lot of drama. There was two zombies following him, and I shot at the zombie with my P1 pistol, and suddenly I got attacked from all sides by other zombies, and I whipped out my my spotter, and I just blasted all three of them, and I have no ammo anymore, so I'm just backing off into the trees.
When you say you blasted all three, do you mean all three zombies?
Yeah. I think this is a nice tree. Keep on killing on sight. Someone's gonna clip that, and now I'm stuck with that phrase. Alright guys, you can see my great live screen again, but this is really the end. Have a good night, have a good year, Merry Christmas, and goodbye.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.